You already talk to ChatGPT every day. It just doesn't know anything about your trading. In the next few minutes, we'll fix that, connecting ChatGPT directly to your HaasBot account so it can read your bots, your scripts, your backtests, and your market data and answer questions about them in plain language. No copy-paste, no screenshots, no exported spreadsheets. The bridge between them is called MCP, the Model Context Protocol. Think of it as a standard plug. Rather than every AI tool needing a bespoke integration with every service, MCP gives them one shared connector. HaasBot publishes an MCP endpoint and ChatGPT can plug straight into it. Two things to check before we start. On the HaasBot side, MCP access is included on the standard, pro, and trade server plans, and during an active free trial, it isn't available on starter. On the ChatGPT side, you need a plan that offers developer mode and custom connectors. OpenAI has been moving which tiers get it and where the setting lives. So if your menus look slightly different from mine, that's why. The steps themselves haven't changed. Here is the high-level overview of the process. Connecting ChatGPT to HaasBot takes one address and about 10 minutes. It starts with a single endpoint, copied out of HaasBot. That one string is the whole bridge. From there, it's 4 steps. Switch on developer mode in ChatGPT, add HaasBot as a connector, and authorize it in your browser. Your Exchange keys are never part of it. Then you give it a home, a project holding the instructions and the reference files, so it knows your account and knows how to write for it. That's the whole picture. Let's get started with the step-by-step guide. Part 1. Getting the endpoint out of HaasBot. Open HaasBot and expand the sidebar. Select Connect an Agent. This one page carries every way of connecting an AI assistant to your account. Scroll down to the section headed Claude Desktop and Other Agents and copy the connector URL api.haasbot.com/mcp. One wrong character here is the most common reason a connection fails later. Part 2. Switching on developer mode in ChatGPT. Switch over to ChatGPT and open Settings. Go to Security and Login, scroll down to Developer Mode and switch it on. Then close Settings. Developer Mode is simply what makes custom connectors visible. Without it, the option we need in a moment isn't there at all. Part 3. Adding HaasBot as a connector. In the sidebar, select Plugins and click the plus icon to add a new one. Give it a name, HaasBot, and a description. I'll use HaasBot MCP connector, but anything you'll recognize later is fine. Then paste the URL you copied. It should end in /MCP with nothing after it. Below that, there's a checkbox acknowledging the risks of connecting a third-party server. Tick it and click Create. ChatGPT now hands you over to your browser to authorize. Sign into your HaasBot account, review what's being requested, and approve it. It's worth understanding what just happened, because it matters. That was a standard OAuth handshake, the same mechanism that lets an app read your calendar or your repositories. Your Exchange API keys are never shared with ChatGPT, not once. The connection authenticates on your behalf using short-lived tokens that refresh quietly in the background, and you can revoke it from either end at any time. That's the entire handshake. And notice what you were never asked for, an API key. Next, choose your permission level. This is the important screen, so don't rush it. It sets the ceiling on what ChatGPT is allowed to do with your account. So, pick the narrowest level that covers what you actually want out of it. You can always come back and change it. Finally, click Refresh so the tool list loads. When those tools appear, the connection is live. That list is your proof it worked. If it's empty, nothing else in this video will behave, so get this green before you carry on. It's worth understanding what just happened, because it matters. That was a standard OAuth handshake, the same mechanism that lets an app read your calendar or your repositories. Your Exchange API keys are never shared with ChatGPT. The connection authenticates on your behalf using short-lived tokens that refresh quietly in the background, and you can revoke it from either end at any time. At this point, ChatGPT can read your account. but it doesn't yet know how to write HaasScript, and that's the half most people are here for. Part 4. Browse to the HaasScript AI reference repository. The link's in the description. In the ChatGPT folder, you'll find 5 files: core rules, HaasScript development, export instrumentation, performance analysis, and the source map. Download all 5. Between them, they carry the syntax, the house rules, and the traps that generic AI models fall into every single time when they try to write HaasScript unaided. On the same page, you'll find the project instructions. Copy those to your clipboard. They go into ChatGPT, so don't copy anything else in between. Back in ChatGPT, open projects from the sidebar and click New. Name it HaasBot. Choose your memory mode. The default is the right call unless you have a specific reason otherwise, and create the project. Working inside a project matters. It keeps your trading context, instructions, and files in one place, instead of scattered across chats you'll never find again. Open the project settings, the 3-dot icon, then project settings. Under instructions, paste what you copied from the repository and save. Those instructions are what tell ChatGPT how to behave as a HaasBot assistant, which tools to reach for, and how to check its own work. Now drag all 5 downloaded files into the chat box and ask ChatGPT to add these skills to the project. Verify it landed. Click the library icon in the sidebar, open the project folder, and confirm all 5 files are sitting there. And that's the build. Head back into your HaasBot project and test it with the simplest question there is: list my active bots. If your bots come back, ChatGPT and HaasBot are properly connected. From here, it gets genuinely useful. Ask it why a bot stopped taking entries yesterday, and it'll read the logs and reason about them. Ask it to run a backtest over a period you choose and tell you whether the results hold up. Ask it to add a trailing stop to a script, and with those reference files loaded, it'll write HaasScript that actually compiles. The trick is to talk to it the way you'd brief a colleague who has full access to your account. Be specific about which bot, which market, and which period. That's it. Copy the endpoint from Connect an Agent, switch on developer mode, add the connector, authorize in the browser, and load the reference pack into a project. Your keys stay yours, your bots stay under your control, and your trading account becomes something you can simply talk to. Until next time. Thanks for watching, and if you need any further assistance or want to explore more features, be sure to check out our documentation at help.haasonline.com or join the community on Discord at haas.bot/discord. Happy trading!